other thing where they call any other business. And inside that any other business day, now there you get the APC, the other opposition party them. Well, one time we can punch them. You can get them one day maybe the Allah for we say, hey, when they do well, they can say no, na not try today, but na so life day. Yeah, so now make even if they can cancel and tell we say, wait till they talk so in a baseless, senseless, we're not into the concern. Because waiting we concern about anything we talk, we want to make sure that we bring some evidence for make them go no say na then kind thing so. So the experience now that kind of mixed flavor, really, but it great. That's because as we talk so right now on YouTube, they talk about 52,000 subscribers. People we don't say we agree to it when they do, then subscribe. Then on Facebook, where they talk about 26,000, and before this time, it not be really easy for maintain the viewers and all things. But now, as we talk, so it really cool the way how we with or without guests, the way how we see things and they go. I think it's cool. So I think it's a great idea, a great experience now this particular blow up. But before this time, yeah, I be get a background of journalism. So now that day I be the think. So I be get this thing. If you watch we own style now, it's totally different from the way how other people and they do their own. In as much as we discuss something we're serious, we're strong, we can mix out with fun because we know say some people and get that kind, they get sick. Some people are heart when they listen to certain things too much and they feel sick and other things. So one for as well, oh give that news, we for pull back that stress for you. So and the name if you go see say a different from any other name we know you get the way they say weird. Because I can always remember my own boss where I've been get, we still there with the BBC. Hassan, he always tell me, say you get for be creative, you get for put something where you always stick in the mind of somebody. And I think say I still they use them things and they for able for prove myself and show say we get space in this particular platform, not only the other than the mainstream media, and interestingly, the reason why we come again because from the time where they all that force I call them cocktail with journalists that we say, hey, something don't be wrong. If you see them don't begin old cocktail with journalists, then it means say they don't begin the massage, the work where they get for the interestingly, we see how they talk now, and we're happy that we come and take the space where most of them can take. Notwithstanding that, some of them are the mainstream media that they do good, but some of them they fear. So I think say the experience just mix up and box up.
Okay, thank you very much, Bonda Sengbe. Ladies and gentlemen, this is now Bonda Sengbe from Muyad. And like what you say no more, the namesake of the young platform is very, very interesting. I find them very, very creative, thought-provoking, and it is very good that we get somebody like on the platform where also they help for promote this platform now in second broadcast this. So that we say I made a platform, now a new platform. So we're very grateful that people don't begin join, and we also they join by this revolution really for bring up information when are credible and reliable information to people. So now when they join, so we welcome now they tell una thank you. Now we continue for share the program. But I say there's all one thing where another school of thought in terms of this social media all they use. Social media don't create an opportunity really for all people in the world. I believe say we come on our world and can refer to as the third world country. Now a huge opportunity for we because now we get opportunity for communicate with ourselves all around the world. But also the social media could also be used for ill. So what's now you advise to people how we go to get through the social media for we as a society, we as a country, as a people, for now we use social media to we own advantage, we go benefit we country and benefit everybody in our country. What's now you advise to family?
You see the social media, I think it's cool. It's cool because sometimes if you really know what you do, they fall per minds. Because the truth now, sometimes we self can see certain things. Them. By the way, we don't fall victim of one thing. We see something where it's so much interesting, I get carried away and not cross-check. Then we come up with them. And when we come up with them, that right from that time they will come up, then I begin, as I read the thing, I notice something wrong with this thing. Something wrong with this thing. Past where we've been get for delete the whole thing and then we come back with another program and apologize. After that day we say we never make that kind of mistake there again. So sometimes in there, for example, you can see something and pull a press release where you can see say this press release na public interest because the thing you get what they call public interest when plenty people want for your report. You get what they call human interest, where you get for do with human rights and thing them. So all of them things they are so different. You get for look at something and some people are very crafty. You for create something where, in other words, if you will not watch and find, you will fall upon the minds of being in the category of fake. Yeah. So we fall for this thing and we correct them. But now we know say certain things then they way they come out from government. Certain side and they way if them bring and come out like press release, you get for no say this now actually government something in this. You understand it? So what you go try for do now for make sure say it's either you check with some government sites them or government platform them. You must see one of them post them. But if at all you watch all the other side them, let's just name few. If you get for do with appointments, amongst the first people the way they post them, now the first presidential spokesman and press secretary, we now not just the press secretary. Keke Thomas Sandy in page, he can post them. Now one of the first people in the way they post them before most of we see them. So if you see an appointment and then you go check na Facebook, you know see must not say that appointment na fake. If some other things then they happen, you get other key side and the way you need for check for sure say this particular thing is real. If not, you don't need for fall for them. The most dangerous part where we can see again now this WhatsApp. You know, some people and they then get in the habit say when something don't happen. Almost years ago, then they go back and go take and come. Then it can be difficult. Sometimes they see people and they forward some message and to me they say, hey, look at this one, look at this. But the good thing is some of them I can don't see them. But if I'm not too sure of that particular thing, trust me, I know they bring and come out because I'm scared. I don't want to play person tell me say fake. Although the fake word it can come plenty. But I want when you can't tell me say fake, then I ask you question back, you're not able to defend them. But if you can't tell me say fake, then I ask you how come to be fake, then you explain a series and then a shame to me. Yeah, and I don't ever want for let them discredit my own platform. That is why I always be very, very, very careful. If you get for do with APC, for example, then like press release, like this bento, see one press release they fly out when I fake. I must make sure say I check out with ABDUL KARGBO. Say, what thing they happen? This thing are true. It gets sent to me some TS now. So if you get for do with SLPP, you get other platform the way they go. Like for example, they use self mouthpiece them. That is why I always they listen and watch all of them for make sure say I not fall victim of something. Because this platform here, it they make, it they break. And the truth now, we don't want for be part of that system where we they break Salone. We just want for all the governments to account for say the thing we want to do and not correct. If una don't tell we say this year when the last government they do not be correct, we fall for una. We bring una inside. Please, not tell we say una want for do 2 times more than waiting that government they do. We all be know say the last government at one point in time people and get tired. But if una count they repeat una, if una they do times table multiplication for we, una count and say 2 times 1 2, 2 times 2. Now double number and double the thing. It's scary and it's very very bad. That is why most time 1 or 2 times if I don't recall. When it comes to even FEMI and CLAUDIUS where they with people now, the time where if you be come up when they go for arrest, see the thing. Interestingly, as you can live, now see the notification. Now so me can do. And always subscribe. First lady, the president, everybody, and make sure I subscribe to them because I want where the information they come. Let it come from them directly. That's the way the quote. And the quote I say, FEMI CLAUDIUS say police they don't can also you not get anything for can do to me. And I make sure as in notification pop up so we go live with them straight. Whilst in the live, we save the cast in screen and go live with them. We make sure say people and see exactly what in the happen. You know, can tell we say that na fake news. Oh. If you say na fake news, then waiting FEMI CLAUDIUS they talk na fake. So we at least get sides how the anger back. So I think that's so we can do, and we get for be very, very careful how they do things at the social media.
Okay, then thank you very much, Brother Sengepe. Again, ladies and gentlemen, our all gen will always appreciate it, Brother Sengepe. We're going to do plenty work for bringing relevant and credible information to the Sierra Leone populace wherever we find ourselves. We're very grateful for the work what the brother they do, and like what they use that comedy as well for deliver the message. So you watch them program, you can really enjoy the way the after they do when they make the program. You know, if you get you stress, if the level, the lower you stress. So we appreciate and grateful today for the support where you don't can give in at the platform now. So and we believe say as time they go along, this brother will always carry the platform and always going to give support.
So let's just use this opportunity for talk to my own family members then because we don't get subscribers, we don't get followers, we get family. So we family members them because we they broadcast this one on our channel right now. So we family members them, I want for use this opportunity for Leone as well. Check out to Salone TV Live 1, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Salone TV Live 1, yes.
Live 1. Do you help me for spell number SALONE Salone?
Yes.
Then TV as in TV.
TV,
then you
yes.
get LIVE Live. Then
That's
you get
live.
the number
1. Yes, you're absolutely
them
correct.
Facebook, yeah, follow you to get something. And they talk about me family members, the right away they between our own channel. At any point in time, they are still can come on because I think say I want to be part of our growth as well.
Yes,
we
absolutely. Every Saturday, 7 p.m.
We're not can get at the come to that quick. We're not can get local. If you want for help people and for grow, but at the end of the day, then people and they come back at we. Let ask you now, as we all family member and other people, you agree for the podcast on a program.
Sorry?
You agree for let we
broadcast? Yes, absolutely. We absolutely agree. 100%.
Because we don't support people them, we don't even tell them for this. 1 or 2 tell no more because they see certain things the way they come back and use complaint against we. So now that's me. So if that be the case, we always the one for promote ourselves because I'll tell you one thing. Me followers them can be you followers them. It not mean say when you say na me you follow and again monopoly say you not for follow other person. It's not possible. You get right to every side. So that is why we always encourage other people them for follow other platform them. So I will use this opportunity as Sembepier, the freedom fighter, for tell you say do ya Salone TV Live 1 na Facebook for now. There make them your other family host, yeah. We all now just one people them inside the same country. I like I said people them motto, one people, one country.
One country.
I think say if they work with that one day, it could be nice, it could be superb, and it could be that country where we all they enjoy. But now we stand in that, Superman, I be one for you say something just now. Not on my own program this, so I'm not going to interview. But again, just tell me no more the time they won't again for the come on. Let we family members then go, they know that day.
Okay, then thank you very much. I want to say we appreciate you greatly. The management and staff and people behind this platform appreciate you. You wanna support and help to this platform greatly. We'll never forget that. For the time being, every Saturday when they come up, 7 p.m. UK time, we're going to be 6 p.m. Salone time. I think that is 2 p.m. Eastern time. So they want to check out the platform and want to also follow. Like what the brother they said, I want to follow. Anytime we get program, we're going to get notification automatically. Thank you very much, brother Sembepier.
Thank you. If I say anything where you know like, if we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, oh, we just want for make we had go before. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, brother Sembepier. We appreciate you greatly. Ladies and gentlemen, brother Sembepier. So family again, thank you very much. Family again, one time all thank you, and we'll allow we continue for share the program. As we say, we'll begin the program with updates about the voter registration where we don't begin our country. We begin from the 3rd to the 4th of October. And don't begin today. So I want to let somebody, when I prominent somebody, and I the chair for COP, when Madam FEMI CLAUDIUS call, there with me on the platform. Madam FEMI CLAUDIUS call, I want to say adieu to family, please. Now for unmute yourself, man.
So Mickey left now?
Yes, absolutely. You're fine to go now. Thank you very much. Yes, man. You still muted now. For unmute yourself. Okay. Yes.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I mean just say thank you very much for invite me. It's like say you don't say where they now on any social media platform whatsoever, or even local self. So it's Alex on the blackout or the news blackout. So thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it. I'm glad for there.
Yes, thank you very much. And we appreciate for getting you on the platform as well. Thank you very much. Madam FEMI CLAUDIUS Cole, you're the chairperson for COP, and also you're a leader of party, when a unity party. The voter registration, when they talk about, don't start today. While you give your own update, your own take as how the process they go, what you see today, what's your observation, so that family will know what's in the happen vis-a-vis this voter registration.
Well, me from 6:45 to 7, na asengo na mio center when I can register, na I can usually vote. Asengo dey for make sure say then don't start for let myself go register. When they reach there, then discover other people themselves they wait. They wait, say eventually the young man come back for say they know people they not come. Then they just from the talk around say they're not going to open that center, they say Monday. So eventually the whole group of people who have been there, they wait, move to a different center where then go there back, go wait. He come back and tell me say they not start another center, they wait for a while. So, but you know, I realized it today na the one. So I'm not gonna be too harsh today with the criticism, but I don't they follow a lot of centers. They follow centers in a Freetown, friend centers in a Godrich. I don't post a lot on me. I don't tweet a lot about centers where people then they complain. We don't get a whole array of complaints. Wetin me tried this morning, I tried the 838 number on all the different platforms, them it not been a work, but eventually it don't begin work on AfriCell. It not been a work still on Airtel, but it don't begin work on AfriCell. What you call 838, Motaman they actually pick them and talk with you. So they don't get challenges of that, which they don't sort out. They get challenges of preparation for first-time voters. Then they seem to be across the board. Very concerning, because first-time voters now people where you really want to embrace and get them into the system as early as possible. They don't go today, beaucoup of them, now some areas they're not able to attend to them at all. And they can't so be concerns about that. I get a very big concern about that. We get issues of equipment. They say batteries for them computers and laptops, batteries were dead. I don't hear of software issues, then I put local, where they say some centers they're able for also now three main issues, them the batteries, the software. Then the main issue concerning the first-time voters is some people then don't go there, ask them if the NIN number is mandatory. If you need a power pack, they say no. But then some people not able to register without the NIN. So, beaucoup areas then they way we need clarification on. We need clarity on. So today, I think, understandably, as na day one, we go allow for some amount of disorganization, some amount, but we go give a 24-hour window and see them don't see how fast they don't go. And we know that this process gets a time frame to it. But one thing when me tweet today na me on Twitter feed is they get for keep an open mind. If una they get then kind of difficulties they are, if it carries on day 2 and day 3, definitely you're beginning to think that you may have to extend the time. Because you know you get for capture everybody and you're not going to say you fail for capture people. Then another concern where I get now people being arrested. I understand about 3 or 4 people have been arrested, being accused of being part of the protest. So these are areas of huge concern. As far as I am concerned, as the chairperson of COP and as the chairperson of a political party. This process for be as inclusive as possible. If they want for mishmash them now into an opportunity for scaremonger people, them keep people away from registration centers, I think we have a problem. So I don't know between the people who fund our registration, the people who organize our registration, the people who monitor our registration, Wetin then get for come together and see how best this issue can be solved. But I feel to say it will be a travesty to the process if they want for then use this process. We have so many people arrested, we not ever see lawyer, we not ever go court, and they have all been kept incarcerated. Let us not blur the lines any more than they've already been blurred.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Femi Claudius Cole. And you hit on some of the topics that we want to talk about quickly here. Because some people let me say, when they go for register, they ask them for either if they get a passport, birth certificate, or some sort of identification. But also they tell them, say, if they not get that NIN number, they need for wait force, say the NIN people they come, when they don't register them before they register now for the voter registration thing. So that again, they create plenty delay for some of the lines and plenty. I think say that there also need to be some proper clarification. What's your understanding about what's in the process?
Well, I understood that the NIN was an option. Whether you get NIN, whether you get passport, whether you get driver's license or birth certificate, one of these documents could satisfy them. So if they don't raise the bar or they don't add another level unbeknown to the public, we have a problem. So the onus is on NEC, the chairperson of NEC, for letting them come out and clarify this issue once and for all. And nothing to say an issue, a gray area such as this for drag on to day 2, and most definitely not to day 3. Definitely it needs to be cleared. And me go, as I say, me not able to end up for register na me on center because they say na Monday. That also is a problem. Why are centers and the method of and who can register not clear? If not the center you put on, this center will be open from so time to so time. Why are people being shuffled from one center to another? It's a sign of poor planning. And as I say, I just want to hold off my criticisms because now they won. And they're capturing a lot of people. So we give them the benefit of the doubt. Let us say these are teething problems. But by rights, they're not going for sleep this net. They're going for begin for process all the problems that they have had today and begin to solve them so that tomorrow we have a slightly better day. And by day 3, everything is running like clockwork. So this main issue needs to be clarified. It is a big one. It is a very big one. And it's one that has been thrashed out in Parliament. That one that we know has been clarified. So if they are again going to add hurdles to people's registration, then we have a serious problem to deal with.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Femi Claudius Cole. Famulem, we get the chairperson for COPE Naya today, Madam Femi Claudius Cole. And also they wait for get the secretary for the 21-man committee, now the APC, Honourable ABDUL KARGBO. I don't know, somebody tell me, say, okay, I think the screen for us is all fine. It's all going well. And I don't know whether if maybe from your own side here, but everything is going well now. So we continue for share the program because we get plenty things for discuss today when a very important thing vis-a-vis the crisis after crisis, where we always again how we continue, how we go to solve the entire, what's the solution, what's the advice, what we go able to advise yourself as a country. And at that, we move the topic to we just get updates no more for the voters registration. How they know as well the Madam Femi Claudius Cole they say today na the first day. They are bound to be what you call teething problems. We hope say NEC will don't take stock because I think say they don't put press release just now. They're going to take stock and go try for begin improvement here rapidly. There cannot be a delay. And also like Wetin Madam Femi Claudius Cole also the intert, probably if there is a delay, probably there has to be an extension of some sort for catch up because the process here is the aim here for be say anybody who are eligible for register, when we register, NEC for facilitate make that person register. That is very important for democracy. Democracy now the main aim that one day for bring everybody on board. So there shouldn't be any obstacle whatsoever. So I hope say people are more listen and subsequently NEC then say go take this on board and do all kinds of things because the complainants today are plenty, but it is understandable like where Madam Femi Claudius Cole just don't say today not the first day, not the one. They are bound to be teething problems. But the 2, the 3, now I'm going to look into the issue very seriously. Because again, this is they get timetable. And like when I say so, today then at this center this week, maybe the following week, and then at the other center. And that can cause other issues and bad people are not able or fail with waiting at the process. hopefully, this all will be ironed out by tomorrow, next tomorrow. We hope. And again, ladies and gentlemen, one turn back, thank you, plenty. Madam Femi Claudius, I want to go directly to this program entitled "Where na crisis after crisis now we country waiting at the way forward." In fact, this registration itself we will put her inside the until at the beginning first. But anything what we do, it ain't seem for be smooth sailing. Plenty things them they go wrong all the time. And with history, we as Sierra Leoneans, we don't go through a lot. The crises we don't go through them plenty. Recently, we see the flooding again. We see we lost we fellow Sierra Leoneans, including small picking them. We not contribute at all. But waiting the country they face so they don't can suffer the consequences. We all know here and don't know about this global warming when they take place now all about in the world, where climate impact can be different. And how we as a country they prepare for face all these problems is another issue. But Madam Femi Claudius, I want you opine a little bit on the crisis. There are plenty one more political, social, economical, and plenty. And we don't seem for the get away through one. What do you feel saying that the cause for them crisis there for the happen perennially in our country?
Well, the crisis that we don't hit we, let me be very fair, don't boku. We get one the way we powerless about. We refer to things like Ebola, things like COVID. You get the one the way we powerless about. We get the one the way we responsible for. Where we as a people, governance as a whole, don't let things slide. Where the consequences, now some of them challenges that had to happen. And they talk about some of the natural challenges. We talk about the mudslide. We talk about the mudslide, the big mudslide before, and even this one we have now, where you go say it's a certain amount of, it's a lot of global warming. It's a lot of man-made deforestation, where you can begin to look at that whole thing and say, well, how we manage for each year, how we manage for cut all the tick them, how we manage for building all the water catchment areas, how we manage. Would that take the eye off the ball? Somebody took the eye off the ball. When then crossover from to independence, records them in there for areas and way we not for bill, areas and they way they're not for cut stick. Yeah, there were records. But somewhere along the line, subsequent governments take their eye off the ball. Why? Why again we see the huge influx of people into the city? That again is natural. People they gravitate towards a better life. Why? We not make provision for them in the different areas of Sierra Leone? No, we didn't. Are we making provisions now? No, we're not. So the deforestation, the gravitation towards urban areas continues unabated. Person no get sign for lay in aid. You they tell her now saying a water catchment area. Okay, but nobody know there. I don't begin dig, nobody no ask me. I don't build, nobody no stop me. I don't care me paper go lands, then give me certificate. I can't go electricity, then do lights for me. But you they tell me say I know for billion. You crazy? So we have an entire breakdown in our institutions that should monitor and protect. Then when somebody comes along, we say, no, let we begin to do things the proper way. Let we broke this for the and a water catchment area. And then somebody say, Unalefa. We have a complete breakdown in institutions. When one says, but they say we should have planning permission. Before one other said, they say, no, not a you. We have a mishmash of government authorities where Mickey always say, who's in charge? Then who becomes the victim? The victim becomes the person where they look for side for bill in 2x4 for manage with the family. You see the electrical pylons then right over in aid. But you don't get side for aid. You say, oh, okay, why all man they come on at the village? What provision did you make in the village? So look, this is a huge problem where subsequent governments are all part of the problem. They've all looked at the problem, solved it in part, not solved it in part, perpetrated some of it, not perpetrated some of it. And then we're here. And then we're here. So you look at all of this and you think, how do we begin to solve that problem? You say, oh, una they cut all the tick. Well, why didn't they cut the tick? Then they cut the tick for bill house. Then they cut the tick for firewood. Then they cut the tick for burn charcoal. Sustenance. For able to live their life. So how will they begin to solve the problem? We got to go to the roots, to the foundations. Nobody can afford gas in Sierra Leone. Me we sit down and I they cook with wood. I can confess to you, say myself they cook with wood. And they cook with charcoal. Because I cannot afford the amount of cooking we me they do. One time me never been get the bold mindset they cook permanently with gas. I don't know star altar. So what provisions are we making for fuel? If we're not thinking 10 steps ahead, we have a problem. I tell you something. I get one timber workshop will be in the cutboard. The volume of wood shavings where they create in Sierra Leone is unbelievable. The volume of wood shavings. One day now I begin Google. I said, what do we fit do with these wood shavings? That we're cutting down trees at a rate that they can never grow. In like almost 3 planting we do, the rate at which they fail will not equal to what they plant. So at some point, we have industries, we have institutions that have to stop and say, now let us begin to think. These are problems where we next generations and get for inherit. Now is when we begin to think, what are we doing? How can we help this situation? But if we insist on not thinking, we're just using and passing the buck, we are living a very, very sad Sierra Leone for the next generation. A very, very sad Sierra Leone. And so the problems get, the problems then they mount. The problems keep mounting. And until at some point we have probably a government of inclusion, a government where voices are heard, where opinions are listened to, where controversial opinions are taken on board and heard. Say, well, we don't really like this, but now we listen back. Until we have that government of inclusion where we realize that we're really not on different teams. We're all on Team Sierra Leone, where we all can begin for really come together and really listen to each other. Maybe only then would we see a difference. But right now, these are the most polarized Sierra Leone we will ever get. The most polarized, the most hard-pressed.
And thank you very much, Madam Femi Claudius Cole. And you've just highlighted so many, many things, and they're very important. And the other thing is, let's listen to ourselves. Listening to critical voices is important. Not to all man for just number what you say that number you get from. Listen to people who get alternative opinions. Because now through that, you go able to fish in things them and bring yourself to the reality. Because our country, they're in a small country now, we all want that country for move forward. We've come across too many things. And again, at this one, and the next hour, I want to move this crisis talk, the political aspect of a mark. Lately, Madam Femi Claudius Cole, even at the political aspect, we seem to have so many crises. Even at the political aspect. And again, what you make you feel say that the happen? Because one thing we go give to the previous administration, the former president Ernest Bai Koroma administration, that time they even the international organization rate Salone as one of the most peaceful country. We nobody see this kind of tension at the political landscape. What if they don't go wrong? And why make it go wrong?
As you say, politics. There's a gentleman where I love for listen to. I listen to him all the time. His name Professor Lumumba. If you listen to Lumumba, you really listen intently to Lumumba. You dey begin forget a feel for what's wrong with politics. One thing where he can say is we need for sanitize with politics. For now few African countries then get the heart, the soul, and the spirit for sanitizing politics. And you know, one thing where I can say is if we use so much energy for fat we self, for hate we self. Right now, Salone pretty toxic. We use so much energy, we fester the hate, we put on a pot, we boil them, we steam them, we dry them, we prepare them. This hate for one another. When it don't fester throughout a campaign season, then at the end of campaign, you have a victor. Now yeah, the difference there between we and beaucoup other countries, them where I don't know whether we go call them developing or we call them first world. Now that difference they say when the election done, we put away with colors. We put away with colors. I mean, then countries that were they able for do that. I mean, they're first world countries were definitely able for do that. But for able for put away them colors and they for say, we don't fetch done, we don't try we both, we don't pull polo, we don't pull sing, we don't act a matiscope, election not done, we don't get a victor. We then have a victor. We're magnanimous in victory. I don't beat the all. Then 16, I don't lick the all. Now me don't win. You then have a victor that is magnanimous. He like he talk bien, na room, na corner say, that way I don't beat them, I don't get time for them. But in his magnanimity, he then they call and say, you know it's in something good there inside on all manifesto, something good there. Una kambale uka engage. Even if na token engagement, but na me don't win. So I can afford to be generous. I can afford to be magnanimous. I begin for listening to una. I say, okay, una let me engage. What do una think? If only Sierra Leone we get that capacity there for do that, we go actually see election done. We say, okay, all man put in coffin away, down over the work out coffin, all man keep in tamati stop, down the work out tamati stop, sister not get for fed sister, brother not get for fed brother. That will come together. We look at our institutions. What's in the problem with this? Now, what are the head on? Okay, let me see what's in the problem. But we know they do that. The moment where we win, now sack up in so sack plus sack equals sack. We no one know who that efficient. We no one know who that native man. We no one know who that nothing. We go on a sacking spree and a hiring spree. Even if it means some organization, the way don't they move in a good direction, we must them break, we reverse them, will not be seen. So it is the way our politics is insanitary. The way how we they do politics after victory, where we not get the mind for say, but unakala we can see we engage. Now listen to una nonsense una get for talk. Maybe inside there I go capture one. We don't have that magnanimity. Now me don't win, so that's sorry for una. Instead, we see post-election, other than burn them barre, other than kill, other than sack, other than this, we see a politics that transcends from a victory and a magnanimity to viciousness and backbite and do me or do you kind of politics. So until and unless we get a transition from either one governance to another, or even within the same governance with a different mindset, where we say, look, for the sake of the people, I know say una we then at the south no be vote for me, una we been then at the west no vote for me, but na me now na president now, so una come. Let us have a group hug. But we know they see that. What we see is polarization upon polarization that festers till it becomes where we are now. Where now Sierra Leone is it's pretty polarized, to put it mildly. Pretty polarized, where dissent is intolerable, criticism is intolerable, comment is intolerable. You either for me or you're against me. Can we not all be for Sierra Leone?
You know, and that not the points, Madam Femi Claudio's is very important, because we don't highlight. So one thing where you touch on, you talk about Professor Lumumba, and one thing where you always talk about now the institutions then.
Yes.
And Sierra Leone, I believe, said that one of a big problem. Now we get ECSL when they're responsible for conduct election. Elections and they come so next year. Are we very confident in them? Say yes. Will these people be able to diligently deliver? Waiting to make the people they know say yes. The election now you don't come. The people don't go and cast them votes, and them votes where they cast, the outcome is expressed. And again, that is very important. We also get one report where we come out from the European Union. We're called to questions them body they also from the ECSL, the judiciary, the security forces. And again, what are you on take or you advise to people? We're all in critical position here. We see one position where all man they lament right now, where people may say, for all the institutions in our country, the audit service Sierra Leone, now we just don't left where that one way go count on. They like today, even now one day, people then get question for them because we see what's happening there. So how we go able to manage this? How we go able to rectify this? Because otherwise, we're just going to a perpetual cycle over and over and over again. So what are your assessments of the NTR and how we go able to deal with them?
Okay, well, let me go back to the original part of your statement. You talk about the reports the way you pull, where they talk about the judiciary, then talk about, security sector, then talk about local areas. They talk about the judiciary. Waiting from then criticisms then they. Look, me, I believe criticism, and I freedom. I believe that criticisms makes you grow. Compliment and praise, they make you lackadaisical, you lazy. I believe that family. Tell me who side are they go wrong. I'm not too fat, too big, too old, too wise for like able to absorb that criticism. And I cannot appreciate at that moment. They were go later with me pillow. Me and me pillow with they talk to our left. What did you see those institutions do with the criticism? They pushed back. Then pushed back at them. When the evidence is glaring, Ebo, there was pushback. We see a lot of pushback in all these institutions. They cannot take the truth and say, okay, una don't criticize. Look at the way they criticize Parliament. Look at the fuss they made. Look at the fuss. They don't get that capability, that ability, they for able to absorb the criticism and say, okay, well, we need to do better. The judiciary, are they doing better? The security sector, are they doing better? We don't get the capability for absorb the criticism of others. And we seem for just appreciate those who clap for us. Those who really and truly clap for us. And when you push back, you say, but what have I done to deserve this accolade? What have I done? I mean, being nominated for 50 most influential women, I was like, But what have I done? What have I done? How have I, Femi Claudius Cole, how have I influenced the lives of the women of Sierra Leone? How? For me to deserve such an accolade, you have to do a certain amount of introspection, you know, and not be afraid of the truth that hits you. My support of the women that have been arrested for, that have been hunted for. But I have to look at myself in the mirror and I look at Sister Femi, not only you get girl picking, of which I have 2. I get girl picking there, I get nieces, I get nephews. If the women are crying, Femi, are you deaf? You get for sit down and look. And if, okay, so you have been nominated as somebody influential. What are you doing with your influence? Nothing. So if we in this strata of politics, we know they do no introspection, we have a problem. I mean, we look at the current situation now in the country, and I can tell you honestly, I ask the question, is there a judiciary? Is there a functioning judiciary? And when I say judiciary, I mean the entire lot. I'm talking about the Minister of Justice. I'm talking about the Chief Justice. I'm talking about the lawyers. I'm talking about legal aid board. I'm talking about law officers. I'm asking the question. I mean, look, as a citizen, I think I'm entitled to ask the question. Where are we? Do we sit and really think, what Sierra Leone with a die left give we picking them? Which Sierra Leone are our children going to inherit? Which? Can people be locked up for that? I was locked up for 5 days. And the law says 3. Some were locked up with me when I was in CID for 20, 24 days, when the law says 3.
It is.
So we ask the question, at which point will Sierra Leoneans have our awakening? We want more. We demand more. We demand a real justice, not an adjournment justice. Adjourn. That cannot be called justice. When if you are right, you are right. And if you are wrong, you are declared wrong. Until such time when our politics is sanitized, Sierra Leone goes around the merry-go-round. Some people get off and some people get on. Some people get off and some people get on. But for me, being in this political arena, I want for make me grandpikin the able de na Salone, then live na Salone like a mortar man. Not like pigs, not like animals, not like convicts, not like below human beings, but proud Sierra Leoneans. This is our Sierra Leone. You are Mende, you are my brother. You are Timni, you are my brother. You are Crew, you are my sister. 7 million? Just 7 million of us? My heart, I can tell you honestly, it bleeds for Sierra Leone. My heart truly, undeniably bleeds for Sierra Leone. And my daily prayer is, if for just 1 year, even if for just a moment, before I set me high, I see glimmers that Sierra Leone can be different. But right now, we take the hate with a massager, with a madoni, with a rub mentholator. We are taking the hate. How then do we bring ourselves together? How? How do we then bring us together? It is important. So for me in politics, I can tell you over the past year have been my saddest as a Sierra Leonean. Saddest as a Sierra Leonean. I am looking for hope. I am looking for hope. And hope is equally thin on the ground. Very thin on the ground.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Femi Claudius Cole, Famulem. As we the first for wrap up, Madam Femi Claudius Cole has passionately highlighted some of the issues them what we face in that country today, and how some of we really, they see any way out. What's in the happen because nobody, no one make the sacrifice for say, boy, we country, we people, and we don't go through a lot. Let us change a course. Let's adopt a course. We're going to make we country. We say yes. Will they see something? Will they see a light at the end of the tunnel? But as it stands, things are extremely. We're moving. We are retrogressing. We're going backward. From Musa we don't come out. Musa will be there. So Musa will be there now. And it's really, really unfortunate. And again, as we fed for wrap up, Madam Femi Claudius Cole Famulem, I want to thank you plenty. Arun Pape, Brother Fode, Sheriff, Brother Delvin, so many of you on the platform. Una support to this platform is always welcome. And the Ojuna, do you want to continue for follow? Let the conversation continue because it's very important that me and you join hand together for make sure say that conversation where some people know that conversation they take place. And not for today, not for today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. Because thank you for come we as Sierra Leoneans, get for take the onus on we say yes, enough is enough. We don't ready really for enough for make sure say we make a proper change now we country. And I believe say the time is here and now. We don't get the tools, we don't get the mechanism. Now we're able to communicate with yourself via them program. They are around the world. We get people that join from all about the world. We talk to people. They're able to deal with this problem. This problem not so unsolvable problem. Only if we listen to it. As our Madam Femi they said just now, Lord will listen to we say, Lord will listen to critical voices. Not to all man go agree with you, but Lord we learn for agree for disagree peacefully. It is not about intimidation, harassment, do all kind of violence for people then because then people are not support you. This is not the 21st century. We're not for the think like that anymore. Salone don't go through so much. Do you have not fit to move forward? Madam Femi Claudius Cole as we fit for wrap up. The crisis not only stop political, socially, it also eats with economy. The crisis now with economy, as they say, what people they tell we, what you say they see, we they observe, what you they see now, we no one they see it. Some people them they compare themselves say, even when we get Ebola, things are not as desperate as them be right now. So, what is your assessment for this bread and butter issue? Because we at this platform, we know the end program, we not talk about the bread and butter issue. We believe say this bread and butter issue na security issue. What is your assessment, the latest update in terms of the bread and butter issue now we country Sierra Leone?
Well, I think first of all, now for let the powers that be really accept say it is a massive problem. Today, I go market. I go buy Don King Jimmy. I did I buy. Now this na me way I can afford for buy. I go with small cup. I accommodate with nothing empty bag. I buy only the basics. My dear, I just amazed on how the women they feed their family. Amazed. Normally, why they buy, I guess it's not bad. So why I go my kids so and they buy always FEMI one for it. I say after this for me, I die no more now. Me and then to good then I be go now we get business. And they normally buy like a 3 country fall. They make them for me. I can make a pepper chicken. I bought one at 40,000. Normally, when I buy cow food, I go buy like a 3-4. Today, when I buy cow food, I buy by measure. I buy 20,000 euros. The only thing will be reasonable don't date today na be pepper. Even the crab we been there, boku boku. Now 4 crab for 5,000. So there is a big problem with the affordability of the basics. And the people and they feel like right where it hurts. Per mine. Now the cheapest I buy per mine so today, I buy 24,000 for one to take rubber. I don't buy up to 30,000. So how are women? How are the people? How do they feed their family? For Christ's sake. And there are so many areas that are problematic. It comes from fuel. It comes from customs. It comes from the checkpoints. There are areas, they say then they way, they look all the way and say then go set. Area then they. A bag of coal is 60,000. I know it's the rains, but 60. Then inside you motokala, you see how some police and the nyaka the people bringing goods at checkpoints. I spoke the trade minister and I, we get this discussion. I said there are areas that you can see how best you can do, reducing the toll, because the toll impacts the food that comes through from upcountry. Reducing the bribery and the corruption at the checkpoints can help. Reducing the loopholes and the bureaucracy at the seaports can help. There are many areas where we can begin to look internal. Yes, there are shocks. Only a fool will tell you there are no shocks. There are shocks internationally. Yes, there are. But what can we do to mitigate them that the people were able to feel and small? Small. A bag of rice is the cheapest rice when I need to buy OAU is 415,000 where you buy at source. It doesn't last a long time. So there are measures that we can put in place. I mean, one thing we are good at in this country is inauguration, launching. We will launch all kinds of projects, but we don't follow through. We know they follow the project to the bitter end. Why is Toma Bomb not feeding us? Let us follow it to the end. They on top of them like white on rice. Forgive my pun. So there are measures that we can put in place. It's like I say, when governments come, people get so embroiled in governance, in the trimmings of governance, that they forget the people that they have to govern. I think they do forget the people at the bottom of the food chain.
Okay, Madam Femi Claudius, on that somber note, I believe say we'll go for come with you back, because this is a very passionate topic and people that listen to you really, people are getting emotionally because they know the feeling, they know the situation people they go through, and it is really unfortunate that people in authority, I don't know, for some reason or the other, they understand these things. But we all Sierra Leoneans, we all have brother and sister in that country. We're not plenty. It's just over 7 million of us. How we they feed all the see with fellow Sierra Leoneans and they suffer this kind of way? It's really unbelievable that people in authority, they try for do something for at least alleviate some of these issues. But again, I think, say, ladies and gentlemen, we will leave this for another day. And as I be promised, me guess say we will do this particular program for an hour. The hour don't come, so they come to an end. And I'm glad that although we get some challenges, these are just the maiden broadcast, and we will see the success already. The conversation continue. This
I want to beg you, small laxity.
Yes, go ahead, man.
I want to make an appeal directly to the president.
Yes, go ahead.
President Marabiu, as a mother myself, as a woman myself, as a female Sierra Leonean myself, I want to beg you. There are women that you have incarcerated. Mr. President, on behalf of the women they jail all over, You say they're terrorists, Mr. President. They're not. I beg. Showing you human side, Mr. President. You have mothers, breastfeeding mothers. You have grandmothers. Show us your human side, Mr. President. Please. Do something for them. If you say then do bad, if they were your mother, if they were your sister, if they were a cousin, if they were your aunt, forgive them. My appeal to you directly. Don't victimize your own people. I beg you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, ma. And that particular appeal, that extra will go for court time and share them. I believe say eventually it will reach the president because it is very important. It is very important. Some of them lady there just go vent out their own frustration, say, "Boy, we don't tire. Things are tough. Things are tough." For men and go hold them and put them into incarceration, and they say today, it is really unfortunate. Very, very sad indeed. Very sad. And we hope say eventually common sense will prevail. And on that somber note,
human sense, left common sense, human sense will prevail.
Human sense, exactly so. Human sense will prevail. Because again, what's anybody go benefit for incarcerated woman in there? What's person go benefit? Waiting. Nothing absolutely. Other than just cause them immense distress, them and their families them. And we all say so and then picking them, they spouse them there. You know, so many people. Seriously, this is not called for. It's not necessary at all, at all. Do you?
In a worst case scenario, allow them to have lawyers. Allow them. The man is innocent until proven guilty. Worst case scenario, allow them legal representation.
It is very important.
This is a
government day. So government standing for being the number one protector for the law. So we hope say then go listen to all the appeal there. And it's very important, ladies and gentlemen. Do you allow we continue for share? Mr. will call this extract where Madam Femi Claudius could make this appeal. Share them, tete, a reach to the powers that been. Make them show the human side, as she's just said. It is very important. And on that note, I want to tell them, thank you plenty, Madam Femi Claudius Cole. I want to tell you the guests them and Brother Sengepi be joining with LEONE. Thank you plenty. This particular platform will be on the test phase. Subsequently, we'll get for bringing plenty program them, including a program where we get for look at the day-to-day affairs of the country. What we call say Salone in update. So all them programs that they get for come, do you want to share the link so people that follow this platform? So subsequently, when the program here begin come, people then go get notification automatically. This now the home of credible news, Salone TV Live. Me and our host and presenter Supermed, and today my guest don't be Madam Femi Claudius Cole, when are the chairperson for COP, and also now the leader for the Unity Party, and we also get a mystic guest when I sing the PR from Uyad. I want to tell them thank you plenty. God bless you all. God bless you, beautiful country, Sierra Leone. Thank you. Good night and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.